Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Know Your Rights. Now, I want to talk about evaluations. Evaluate my child, right? So, if you're in Georgia, remember disclaimer, I am focusing on the state of Georgia because that's where I am in. But make sure you pull up your state's parental rights. So, evaluations, if you're in Georgia, follow me on page 13. And evaluations may occur when your child is suspected of your child is suspected of being with a disability, right? And they need special education services or education, okay? Now, one thing I want to point out is that you have a right to a full evaluation of your child's needs. But what I want to point out, which happens a lot, is that once your child is tested the first time, testing is supposed to occur every 3 years. Let me say that again. Testing is supposed to occur every 3 years. Now, there's some wiggle room in that. So when it's time for evaluation, let's say in 3 years, it's time for your child to get reevaluated. Now, if the team will come to you and say, which you are a part of the team, let me put that out there, you are a part of the team. The team might say, you know what, we don't need to retest because we know their strengths and weaknesses and we just don't feel the need to test, right? That is an option. Option number 2 is that you test for education purposes, meaning you're not testing to change the eligibility disability. Let me back up a couple times. When your child is diagnosed or made eligible, you have labels like traumatic brain injury, autism, specific learning disability, speech or language. That can be their primary disability, okay? Now, if you know that eligibility, that disability label will not change or you're okay with it, you can just say, I want testing to see where they are, all right? That's option 2. Option 3 is to test them to change the eligibility or see if there's still eligibility up under whatever umbrella they have of the names I just previously named. So you have that option. The reason why I'm using this and took a deep breath, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have had a few parents recently told that, no, we don't test every 3 years, we test every 6 years. Or no, that your child doesn't need an evaluation, or we'll just test them using iReady, which one of my parents told me that's equivalent to ABC Mouse. Yikes! So know that if you want your child tested when that 3 year comes up, you have a right. Let me read it to you. You have a right to have a reevaluation at least once every 3 years. Now, some districts might just want to test in every grade level, meaning they'll test once in elementary, test once in middle school, test once in high school. I'm okay with that too. However, you're not the same person that you were 3 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago. So what do you think about kids? Exactly. Test your child. Evaluate my child. You better tell them